If you meet a woman that takes accountability for her actions, apologizes when she's wrong, and strives to be better, immediately dump her. Get rid of her immediately. You're dating a man. Hoes don't do that.
100 dudes versus silverback gorilla. Who comes out with the win, and what will be the plan of attack?
I'm going with the 100 dudes today from Chicago.
Okay,
In the city of Chicago, we rolling. We gonna figure it out. It's 100-1. I like them odds. It's just one silverback. We gonna come on now. We from the crib. We gonna figure something out. They said it's a fight. They didn't say fair. They didn't say what we could grab or what we could hit with or what we could do anything with. Right? I didn't hear any rules to this, so we good.
A lot of niggas talking about 100 men versus one gorilla, man versus dog. Can we get 100 women versus accountability? Holy shit! That is one of the battles of all fucking battles. Shit!
And you know what? That's probably a series that could last forever. Otherwise, it's probably going to look a lot like this.
That's right, ladies. Today, you will be taking accountability.
It's over with.
Hell no. Okay, all right. That's why I draw the line. Y'all doing way too much, okay? You crazy? Who's taking action? I'ma head out, okay? Good luck, ladies.
Cowards.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So there seems to be a conversation that is trending on TikTok. It started off with 100 men versus a silverback, and of course, you know what men like to do. So, okay, that's the game women want to play. It kind of reminds me of the bear versus man conversation, and now men are responding back with 100 women versus fill in the blank. The one that stood out the most, obviously, was the 100 women versus accountability. Okay. Oh man, that shit got women triggered, bro. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these videos, man.
What's the female equivalent of 100 men versus one gorilla?
We got to read these comments. 100 women versus accountability. 100 women versus sorry. 100 women versus teen pregnancy. 100 women versus driving. 100 women versus logical reasoning. 100 women versus birthday makeup. 100 women versus being quiet. 100 women versus finding a good man. 100 women versus agreeing to eating somewhere. 100 women versus being a good person. 5 women versus staying friends after a Miami trip. 100 women versus celibacy. Taking accountability. 100 women versus 100 men. 100 women, 6 women versus a restaurant bill. 100 women versus John Jones. 100 WNBA players versus LeBron. 100 women versus staying friends after an argument.
Y'all been cutting up with this 100 men versus gorilla list, right? But then y'all took it to another level. We're going to go through my favorite 100 women verse list that y'all created. First one, 100 women versus accountability. Give me 1,000 on accountability. Accountability going to take out all the women within seconds. 100 women versus micro cheating. This one had me laughing for a couple minutes because you already know there's a woman in the comments talking about, oh my God, I just said thank you. Sweetheart, you said you don't even like men. Anyways, 100 women versus lying. You know that woman never going to tell you the full truth. It goes with the next one. 100 women versus not answering a question. You ever ask a woman a yes/no question and she can't even answer it? She said, well, it depends. Sweetheart, it was a yes or no question. What we got going on? 100 women versus deflecting. Sweetheart, why are you making this about me and you was the one answering people in your DMs? This is about you, not me right now. We got 100 women versus the maxed out credit card. Baby girl, what's that credit score looking like? And to be honest, my favorite one of them all, 100 women versus hitting that curb when they driving, because we all know we let that one girl drive our car and she's like, oh my God, babe, I kind of hit the curb while I was driving your car, whole rim scratched up.
I just want the girls to take note that the very first thing I said in that video, the first thing out of my mouth was 100 men versus white supremacy. and the boys are up in arms.
No, Resfusia, that's not the first thing you said. You're not just gonna come on the app and lie when we have the video. This is what you said.
100 men this, 100 men that. Well, I just want to know, because I'm finna ruin the fun. Y'all want to fight so bad. How about 100?
The first thing you said is that you want to ruin the fun. 100 men this, 100 men that, I'm finna ruin the fun. And then we all said, why you trying to ruin the fun? Fun police? And then you said 100 men versus white supremacy. The fuck is wrong with you? Like, you act like the first thing you said is, I'm finna ruin the fun. Like, you saw a bunch of niggas having fun. You was like, I'm finna ruin the fun. You're the enemy. You knew full well what you were doing, and now you're like, look at them. Look what they're doing to me. Look what they're talking mean to me. That's what you did. Like, what kind of elementary ass shit is that? Actually, the first thing I said is 100 men versus white supremacy, and that's what they're raging against. No. You said you were going to ruin the fun. What did you think was going to happen after you tried to ruin all the fun we've been having? There are literally experts weighing in on this. People who have been in the mountains with monkeys and shit. This is like, this is great. Then a beluga whale with opposable thumbs want to come and ruin the fucking fun. Don't piss me off. How you just gonna lie on the app when we can see what you said? The first thing you said was that you was gonna ruin the fun. I'm tripping. Let me get back to cleaning this bathroom. Y'all know I ain't nothing but a janitor. Don't get too mad at me. I'm just a janitor.
And the fact that she even engaged in a conversation proved the 100 women versus accountability argument even more, because this whole conversation was started with the 100 men versus gorilla or silverback conversation. Then from there, men said, okay, uno reverse, 100 women versus accountability, and all the other things that you done saw so far in this video. Like, men are getting sick and tired of women wanting to throw rocks from a glass house, and then when the person you threw rocks at returned fire, then y'all want to sit over here and play victim and they're up in arms and I didn't do anything. All I said was da-da-da-da. Tired of that shit, man. That victimhood mindset, bro, that gotta be, bro, that shit needs to disperse for real. Let's keep it moving.
100 men this, 100 men that. Well, I just want to know, because I'm finna ruin the fun. Y'all want to fight so bad.
Of course you're gonna ruin the fun. Why would you not? When men come on the internet and they fuck with women, y'all want us to leave you alone. Over the past month and a half, we done had the Unk Olympics. We done had man versus dog. And now we got 100 men versus gorilla. Nobody's fucking with y'all and you don't like it. I thought y'all wanted peace. We not even fucking with y'all. Why would you ruin the fun? How about you join us in the fight versus the gorilla? You look like you could hold your own. How about we do women versus a trip to Miami? Let's see if y'all come back and still be friends. Let's do women versus DNA tests. Y'all might lose that battle. You're definitely losing that battle. I got my money on the DNA test. How about we do women versus the gym? Instead of every summer posting a pic and saying, take me back to this size. Yeah. And then you got the nerve to say, oh, I told y'all the men were going to respond to my video. No shit. No fucking shit. Nobody was bothering you. Nobody was bothering you. Saying, oh, I got all the men in their feelings. I need y'all to get out that mindset. There's a difference between somebody being in their feelings and somebody responding to a video that you put out there. They're not the same thing. What did you think would happen? What did you think would happen?
She wanted to silence men or men not saying anything at all. And this is what I find so funny, because women will say some shit like this, and then if no men are in the comments, then they want to assume that they're right. And then when a man does challenge them, then it's like, oh, you're in your feelings. So it's like, once again, bro, this is the type of manipulation that women do to try to make themselves seem like they're right when they're really not. It's all manipulation, man, just to silence men and shut you up and make you agree with everything that they think and make you think like them. It's all manipulation, bro. That's all it is. It's kind of like a form of bullying when you really think about it.
What happened?
And to the man that said, forget 100 men versus a gorilla, let's do 100 women versus accountability. That took me out of here, y'all. That took me to another stratosphere. Because what do you mean 100 women versus accountability? Ladies, I hate to say it. The girls don't like taking accountability. And, to unseasoned ears, accountability can sound like you're being blamed. But how I view it is accountability is just the ability to take into consideration the way that you contributed to the outcome. That's all you got to do. We didn't say you got to take all the blame. We just said take into consideration what you may have done that contributed to the outcome, to the experience. That tickled me. 100 women versus accountability is hilarious. And one thing about me, I'm going to chuckle. I'm going to chuckle. I'm going to cackle. If it's funny, I'm going to chuckle and cackle because that's just me. But that was funny.
You see how they held Jalen Green accountable? You see how they held Anthony Edwards accountable? You remember the shit that they were saying? Those grown ass men, they knew what they was doing. Those women didn't lay down with themselves. Remember that. When niggas found out that Jalen Green and Anthony Edwards had women that was almost 20 years older than them pregnant, that was all the bitches' excuses. They're grown men. They should have known what they was doing. Nobody forced them to do anything. But y'all don't have that same energy with Shannon Sharp, and he was fucking an OF model, bro. Yes, I'm still stuck on this shit because y'all just be blowing my mind with y'all hypocrisy, bro. Like, and I really realized that the only reason why y'all do that is because if the younger person is a man and he the one with the money, y'all hold him accountable. But if the older person is a man and he got money, the girl automatically got groomed. If a bitch got an OF at 19, I'm pretty sure that little bitch been fucking since she was 14. Like, let's be fucking for real, bro. Like, what?
Just to reiterate my point when I said last time when I covered that Shannon Sharp situation, bro. Women are morally biased. They're not morally superior, y'all. Everything that they shame men for doing, they want to be able to get away with it themselves, bro. They suffer from penis envy. I've gone over this numerous times on the channel. Let's keep it moving.
On everything I love, a female's worst enemy is accountability, fam. You could go up to a girl and tell her the exact reason for why you feel a certain way, or why you don't like her doing some shit, or why something that she did was wrong on some shit. And instead of her just being like, you know what, yeah, that's my fault, they would dry looking in your face and get mad at you for being mad at them on some shit. That's like, that shit don't even make sense to me, bro. Like, the shit real life blows me for real. How are you so damn good at deep throwing, but you can't swallow the truth? You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit real life blows me for real, bro. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm starting to get mad on some shit, bro, because it's like, it's not like you're not listening to me. Like, I know you understand what I'm saying. I can sit there and articulate every word, every sentence that I'm telling to this person. And they would dry look at me as if I just told them a fairy tale. As if what I'm saying isn't real on some shit, bro. It's like, bro, what? It's like you're not even trying to understand on some shit. There is nothing wrong with being wrong. I admit when I'm wrong sometimes on some shit, fam. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, damn, it is not that hard to just be like, you know what? That's my fault, bro. You know, I ain't mean to do that on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or that's my fault, you know? You feel me? Like, the shit real life blows you for real. They would even do that shit, or they would hit you with like a backwards accountability fucking acceptance or some shit. They'll be like, I'm sorry that you feel that type of way or some shit. It's like, ho, you need to go, bro.
I made a post, it said accountability is black women's biggest ops. Some girl got in my comments and was like, oh, well, black women are more accountable than men. And I said, well, this comment just contradicted your point, because instead of acknowledging what I'm saying and who I'm talking about, you're deflecting about niggas who ain't even part of the motherfucking conversation. She ended up deleting the comment.
Gotcha, bitch.
People who can't communicate think everything is an argument. People who lack accountability take everything as an attack. And I've never heard truer words.
Must reads, STDs in women are skyrocketing. Officials think racism and misogyny may be to blame. Girl, shut the fuck up.
Look at that. Even the gay men are getting tired of y'all not taking accountability. Really? And I've mentioned this before because stats show that women hold far more STDs than men do. And y'all still want to sit over here and try to blame men. I tell you, bro. Even when the stats don't support women's position, they will stand by it and die on that hill if they have to, bro. You talk about ego. And it is, speaking of ego, this next video I'm about to show you guys, this story right here might be triggering. Oh man. You just been warned, bro. And you talk about dodging accountability, man. Look at this story, bro.
Why the for secretly doing a DNA test on my child after my wife cheated on me. I have been married to my wife for 5 years. We have a 3-year-old son, and until recently, I never had a reason to doubt that he was mine. But that changed when I discovered my wife had been cheating on me. It broke my heart. I found messages on her phone that made it clear she was having an affair. When I confronted her, she admitted to it, but swore it only started last year. I wanted to believe her, but something inside me wouldn't let it go. The timing seemed off, and a nagging thought kept eating at me. What if my son isn't mine? I didn't ask her for a paternity test because I knew she'd flip out, so I did it in secret. When the results came back, my worst fear was confirmed. He wasn't mine.
Wow. Hold on a second. I actually did not expect this video to go this direction. I did not. His worst fear was confirmed. You can't make this shit up.
Was shattered. I confronted my wife again, showing her the DNA results. Instead of apologizing or even trying to explain, she completely lost it. She called me a monster for violating her trust. What? And she called me a monster for violating her trust and accused me of being the reason our marriage was falling apart. According to her, if I had just trusted her, none of this would have happened. She even had the audacity to claim that my coldness over the years had pushed her into another man's arms. I was speechless. She cheated. She lied. She let me raise a child that wasn't mine for 3 years, and now somehow I'm the bad guy? Now her family and even some of our mutual friends are turning against me. They say that DNA doesn't define a father and that I should just let it go because I've already been raising my son, as some of our mutual friends are turning against me. They say that now her family and even some of our mutual friends are turning against me. They say that DNA doesn't define a father and that I should just let it go because I've already been raising my son as my own. But how am I supposed to move past this when my wife refuses to take any accountability and instead blames me for everything? I love my son, but I feel like my entire marriage was a lie. My wife is furious that I did the test behind her back. Am I the secretly doing a DNA test and exposing the truth?
No.
No. I'm sorry, is your wife trolling?
See what I'm talking about, you guys? This woman not only cheated on her husband, but had a whole nother child by another man. Made him think it was his the whole entire time. And then when he found out the truth, instead of taking any kind of accountability for her actions and what she did wrong, instead it was his fault. This woman had the nerve to sit over here and say, you violated my trust. Shouldn't he be the one saying that, considering he just found out that his 3-year-old child is not really his? And then the audacity for her family and friends to sit over here and say, well, you just need to take care of the child anyway. No, because chances are the guy that got her pregnant probably wouldn't make a good candidate to be a father in the first place. That's the reason why you didn't tell the truth. The things women do to escape accountability are astronomical at this point. But this situation right here, the one that I'm about to show y'all next, this could probably be worse than the one that y'all just seen. Check this out.
I understand it, but you keep trying to hold that over my head, and you talking to me crazy and my woman crazy, and that's why I've allowed it to this point. But now I don't give up.
But you just still
I don't care
on
anymore.
calling her your woman. Your
That's
whatever.
my woman. That's the mother
what
of
it
my
is.
child. What do you mean?
Child.
We just went. What do you mean by that?
Child. That's right. You did lose one of the babies. My God, it's so good.
This is. Hold on, wait a minute.
God.
heartless.
You're
God.
sick.
Thank God.
You're sick.
No.
Why would you say that?
I mean,
You know she's still mourning.
She's not mourning.
No, Mom, shut the hell up. Because at this point now you're getting out of control. Yeah. You disrespecting my lost child, your lost grandchild, and she's dealing with it right now. No, look, no, Mom, look. Right now, we're at the point now where I need you to do something. Right now, you gotta do something for me.
What is that title?
Apologize to us.
To who?
What you just did was pass a line.
To who? To both of us.
To both of us.
You shut up.
Stop,
me?
Mom.
You want me to shut up? Come shut.
At some point in time, baby, you gonna have to excuse me, cause I gotta remove my soul. You know, listen, it ain't but so much good brain cells that I'm gonna have, but we ain't even gonna get that deep, cause I'm out. Listen. Woo, if it gets too hot, baby, that conversation, that whole thing, that's my opinion. I'm out. I know I'm out. I'm out. And don't call my phone. We ain't got nothing to talk about. I am out. Disrespect is disrespect. What's your answer?
Before I do that, I just want to give a shout out to my mother who just turned 70 yesterday. So happy birthday to you if you are watching this. My goodness. I'm glad I don't have a mother like that. I'm glad I would never be in that situation. But I'm going to let you know right now, if that was to be the case, ooh, I'm sorry, man. Me and Mom Dukes will have to cut ties for a little while or something. Because ain't no way in hell you going to sit over here and try to justify that. Like, she didn't even want to apologize for what she just said. And I'm like, you didn't even want to apologize to your son. You didn't even take into account your son's feelings about losing a child. It wasn't just her. That was ugly and cringe to watch. I don't know if y'all think that was worse than the story about the brother that, you know, but we hear that story all the time. But that last one, that was tough to watch. That, oh my God, bro. Because to see a mother just talk like that, that's wild to me, man. Y'all let me know what you thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.